Okay, hello everyone. I thought I'd do another video. This is 5 days after I set up the new worm factory, and yeah, I thought I'd do a video to show how the mealworms are enjoying their new bed. So yes, it's 5 days since I set it up, and you can expect to find some dead ones. That's normal. They could have been on their way out when I actually purchased the tub of worms to start with, but just promptly remove those. Anything like that. There's another one. This guy is quite solid. He's not flat like the other ones, so he could be, sorry, there we are. This one here could be okay. Looks quite good, just the colour ain't right, but I'll put him back in there. And usually I'll watch them for a while, especially if they're on warm hands. The legs start to wiggle. Even if they're starting to morph, they might look dead, but they will wriggle when you touch their belly. But I'll just keep an eye on that one. I'll leave them on the top. What I do if I'm a bit suspicious about any of them, I'll leave them sit on the top, and that way check them later if they've moved. Well, I know they're very much alive. So when I set up the worm farm, I actually put apple in there. Since then I've put potato in here. Apple, potato, carrots, they're all good for moisture. There's a guy there. He's enjoying the potato. There we are, it's a bit blurry, zooming in and out. So what I do now and then, I flip them over, or spread that one out a bit more, but I've got some other stuff to put in, I'll show you. So when you flip them over, you usually see the worms underneath. So they've been eating away. So yeah, I like to flip them over, so they're always getting a moist edge under there. That one's got peel on the other side, but they can work that out. One more over here. You see them under there. Sorry about the shadow. Doesn't matter which way I go today. I've got a shadow or too dark from the window. Anyway, so yep, flip him over. So he's got a not like that. Oops, put that one that way. So what I like to show you is what else I put in there. First of all, I've got some carrot ready to go in. You can cut them in rounds, so you've got circles. But if you slice them, not too thin, not too thick. If they're too thick, they can rot. You don't get such a big area to cover. If they're too thin, they can dry out real quick. But if you make them nice and long like that, you get a greater area to cover amongst your worms. And bread. They love bread. The only thing with bread is that it's dry. They don't get the moisture content out of that as they do with the carrots and potato, apples, other fruits, veggies. But they really love the bread. I only put the bread though in with the worms. Don't put them in with the beetles, because if the beetles lay their eggs in the bread, you're potentially throwing out hundreds of eggs when you take out the stale bread. So keep it for just the worms, because that's the only stage that won't be multiplying, reproducing. So keep it for the worms only, not the beetles. So I'm just going to put this stuff aside, see what things are like underneath. Just pop that there. Now, let's give it a quick turn over. See a little bit of dampness there, but that's been under where the worms are laying. Now don't forget, this has only got 100 worms in it, so don't expect to see them in piles and piles in one place. But they look to me like they're going along quite nicely. Look pretty good. That guy there's disappearing pretty quick. But if they're moving quite quickly, they're healthy, they're happy, they're warm. Now, see that reflex, you touch them, they wriggle. You'll get that reflex when they're in a cocoon, when they're getting ready to develop into the darkling beetle. So to check if they're alive, all you've got to do is touch their belly and they'll wriggle like that. So we have our suspicious guy somewhere now. I've buried him. This one here looks a little dark, but he's definitely alive and well. But I'll just go over here a bit to find our dead guy. But yeah, they're going on really well. I've still kept the second container of worms to feed to my quail, and they absolutely love them. It's quite funny to watch baby quail run around with worms potentially bigger than their own throats. Here's this guy. Now keep an eye on him. He's going to go in the top here. I can check back later, see if he's still in that same spot. There's another one down here. Let's have a look here. He's the same. I put them side by side so I know where they are. So yeah, amongst this, approximately 100 worms. But yeah, they're going along really well. Now the bread is potentially the same as the bran and the oats. It's a cereal made from grains, wheat. But they really do love it. So I'll do another video and I'll share what they do, what they're like with the bread. Now this potato is still quite okay, so I'm putting it back in. Just going to spread it out to the sides a bit. There. Not really too close to the front because there is a little bit of light coming in the front. They don't like the light too much. I'll pop it there like that. And this is just a normal slice of bread. Pop that down in there. I may even actually put those two on top of there to see if they wriggle out of formation. If they do, I know they're still alive. If not, look at this guy. Find his way in. Going for cover. And carrots. Just lay them anywhere. I like to give them a bit of variety. Now these, in the right temperatures, these carrots will last for 2 to 3 days. But it is warming up quite a bit here now in Australia. Depending on where you are in the world, might last longer, might not last long at all. So I'll come back in, I don't know, maybe tomorrow, do another video and see what's happening with this slice of bread and these two. But in the meantime, I will tip each over so they get a good fresh edge to start on and see where they go from there. So I will be back soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.